Many thanks, Amolola. Lovely to see. Let's head to Lagos State, where 17 out of the 39 persons nominated by Governor Babajide Sanwoolu for screening as commissioners have been rejected by the State House of Assembly. Those rejected are made up of 10 former officials of the state, including former commissioner and special advisors. The nominees not confirmed are Mrs. Folashade Adefisayo, former Commissioner for Education, Professor Akin Abayomi, former Commissioner for Health, Mrs. Bolaji Cecilia Dada, former Commissioner for Women Affairs, Mr. Sam Egube, former Commissioner for Budget and Economic Planning, Mr. Olalekan Fatodu, former SSA Sustainable Development, Mrs. Solape Hammond, former Special Advisor, Sustainable Development Goals. Others are Mr. Gbenga Omotoshan, former Commissioner for Information, Engineer Olalere Odusote, former Commissioner for Energy, Engineer Aramide Adeyoye, former Special Advisor, Works, Mr. Yomi Oluyomi, Mrs. Folashade Ambrose, Ms. Barakat Bakare, Dr. Rotimi Fashola, Mr. Moshokpe Folu George, Mr. Sheun Osiemi, Mr. Rotimi Ogunwuyi, Mr. Olumide Oluyinka. The Assembly went ahead to confirm 22 nominees. Speaker of the House, Muda Sheru Obasa, who presided over the day's seating, said the confirmation followed rigorous and detailed screening of the nominees by an ad hoc committee led by the Chief Whip of the House. Speaker of the House commended the committee for its effectiveness and urged the confirmed nominees to always remember that they are in office to serve the people of the state and not individuals. He also promised that the House would continue to do its best in the interest of the state. Joining us now to better understand the decision about the Lagos State House of Assembly is Lagos-based activist Razaq Olokooba. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much. Good evening. Good evening, listeners at home.
10 former commissioners and special advisors, including those who were thought to be the bright lights of the governor's first term, were rejected. What exactly went wrong?
Well, this is the highest number of rejection by House of Assembly since 1999. And something must have been responsible for it. For us who are political observers, we have always hinted the people that there are greater consideration even beyond academic qualification when you put people in position. And up until when you are sworn in, anything can still happen. So for us, the interest that is considered before someone is appointed are numerous. One of it is persuasion from the numerous angles. And what has happened may not be too far away from that. If you look at even what has happened at the center, you will see Wike's name on the list. It's not because of the law for PDP by APC that brought Wike on board, but who is the most appropriate person to simmer the agitation in the Niger Delta? That's part of the greatest consideration. This is not the time we should have anything to tamper with the source of the nation's economy, and Wike has the sufficient capacity to do that. And you see what your tribesmen in power, you will not rupture the perfidy. So in Lagos too, there are so many considerations that might be responsible for it. And I know very well that when a governor is coming for the second time, that is when people pay more attention to him. It's not when he's coming for the first time. Because when he's coming for the first time, we have the option of rejecting him when he wants to become an elected governor for the second time. But second time, when we know very well that there's nothing at stake, that's when people pay more attention. That's when people look at everything he's doing. So the political negotiation that led to this, many may not be aware of it, but I am convinced beyond reasonable doubt that it's for the good of the people.
Some of the names that were mentioned, do you think that they failed in the discharge of their responsibility and did not warrant a second time around?
Well, for me, like advisor on works, if you look at what has happened, if you look at what has happened around Lagos in terms of environmental development, she did very well. And that's why I said it's not about the qualification. When you look at what the Commissioner for Information has done, Egube and a host of others.
Shouldn't that be really at the heart of the decision, competence, those who can deliver on the job despite partisan politics?
No, there are so many, like I told you earlier, that beyond qualification, there are so many considerations that it may be responsible for the appointment for somebody. And that's why we have the office that is called the Federal Character Commission. In a whole region at times, it is the person that the region push forward that you are going to pick. So on this note too, I know that part of inclusiveness, part of trying to bring governance and make certain tendency feel or have a sense of belonging may be responsible for this. And that is what is called governance.
Okay, I know
the more you see someone that is part of you, the more you have confidence in that government. No matter the qualification, just like the question of security. The more you see people that is familiar with your terrain, the more you feel secure. So
I know you're painting a positive picture of, cross-party nomination for position outside of considerations that has to do with politics. That sort of contradicts a little when you say that politics was part of the reason the decision was made. So I must ask the question that a lot of persons are thinking, and that is, most of these people are from the ruling party, APC. Is this maybe a symptom of a crack in the wall?
No. I don't think so. And if you are an appointee, the greater interest of the society should be paramount to you. This decision that has been taken, I know all the people that were dropped, we have conviction in their hearts that it was not because they are qualified, and it was not because of any crack. Give it to APC. APC has that internal mechanism to sort out all crises, even there are crises. But I didn't see, I have not heard of anyone in Lagos. A party that has been in power since 1999 knew how to navigate all those slippery bends. So for me, it is not about crisis. It is not about crack. It's more of inclusiveness for certain tendencies that may be responsible for this. It cannot be out of that. I bet it. From tomorrow, you will see justification for what has happened. And I know it will not go beyond the fact that certain tendencies have to come on board. And it's important in politics.
In your opinion now, does all of this rejection lays to rest the protest that greeted the list of nominees when it was released by the governor weeks ago?
It may not be part of the reason for that. And it's not exactly what I'm saying. It might be an opportunity for a lot of other issues to be sorted out. When you watch the interview of virtually all of them, you will know that they are eminently qualified to come back. And for people that are coming afresh, you will know that they are sufficiently qualified to man whatever position they want to give them. So up until when you are sworn in, anything can still happen. What has happened, don't be panicky about it. We should not look at it from the point of view of is this a misgovernance or is this a mistake? It's not a mistake. It's a point out to the fact that we are understanding the terrain more or better. There are instances where a whole list may be rejected. If you look at what has happened previously in the First Republic, the Sagari time in Second Republic, something similar has happened in some states that a whole list was rejected. So we should base up. The more our democracy develop, the more we'll see first time in the development of issues of this nature. So it's in line.
Okay.
It is in line. There's no need to be fidgety about it.
Those positions will still be filled at the end of the day. They will be filled.
Some other people will come on board. They will go to the parliament again, and the needful will be done.
Thank you very much, Mr. Razaq Olokooba, for speaking with us in Nigeria tonight.
Thank you for having me.